Hello YouTube, today I'm at Almond Valley in Livingston. Now this museum, Heritage Centre, it's centred around what used to be an old mill, and there's a sort of representative exhibits from various industries here. They've got a big section on the shale oil industry, the shale mining industry around this area. There's farms. I've got some threshing equipment behind me, and there's a narrow gauge railway as well. Just behind me there's a lovely, it's hard to get it all in shot, there's a very nice steam roller there. I'm not sure of the make, but it needs a bit of TLC. There's also an old, I think it's it might be an Austin or a Bedford truck here. I need to check on that. And there's a big threshing machine right at the back, and an old grey Fergie. There's a little petting zoo here with guinea pigs. And a bunny rabbit. There's a giant tortoise. Doesn't do much. Very large grey rabbit here, or as history in the dark would say, Big Chungus. Found a cat. I don't know if he belongs to the museum, but it's just here, just lying in the shade, being a cat. This is the kind of the main. Can I zoom out? Yes, I can zoom out. The main buildings here at Almond Valley is based around this water mill, which I don't know if you can see any machinery working. So, okay, so I'm in the building where all the mill machinery is. I guess the water wheel would have been through in that other building. Oh no, wait, I found the water wheel. Alright, so we've got a water wheel in here, which looks very much like an undershot. It could be a back shot. I have a feeling it's actually an undershot wheel. And then all the mill machinery. See here, James Elder Millwright, Corstorfen. You can't get up the top. That's it. That's the mill. So this is this is basically what Almond Valley is built around. Is this old mill, which is definitely worth a visit. That water wheel that was just inside is, you can just about see it behind this lade here. So there's a big sluice gate leading into the water wheels in behind there, building a lot more. And there's even more mill machinery through here. If you watch my Preston Mill video, you get more of an impression of it, how it would have all worked. It's a very similar setup, so obviously there's a guide of how it works here. So you've got the big water mill down there. That's basically grinding. So you've got the big grinding wheels here, and there's a hoist to bring the grain up from below. It's ground in the tons, and then you've got various bits of machinery to grade it and separate it and weigh it and bag it. So reading this, and pause if you want to read that, but the water wheel was breast shot. So yeah, the water basically comes into the middle of the wheel. But the diagram here pretty much shows the operation. This, behind this brick wall here, is the kiln where the grain was dried. Then it went up, stored in the granary, through the mill. Water wheels in this part, and then what I showed you earlier was the barn mill. That's it. It's quite a good little diagram there. You see this on the map of the site here. where we're stood here is the kiln with the mill next door. Threshing house bottery, I think that is. Oh, so that small building there was a bottery. And then all these buildings where the museum and cafe are now, across there, that was all just farm buildings. And then that on the end was the farmhouse. Whole operation, we've got a mill lathe coming from basically up where the bunnies and goats live. There's a sluice gate just here with a bypass running down the side of the buttery. This has been closed off with sandbags. And another sluice goes into the water wheel there. So Livingston as we know it today is a new town. 100 years ago Livingston was just this little village here. We are just about there where my finger is, at the old mill, and there is a tiny village, and the stations are way out here, and the station I arrived at is actually under this under this star. You can't quite see where Livingston South is up here, I think, at the moment. But all this was just field, and that now everything pretty much between the two railway lines, all the new town is in this part. So it's very different to what it was then. But there's a great, if you look at Lost in Livy on YouTube, an excellent YouTube channel that tells you all about the history of Livingston and more about you can probably explain the area better than I can.
if you're a flowing water enthusiast, I do recommend actually getting off at this station at this end of the line, because you've got this weir here, and this is actually leading into, there's a sluice gate under here. You can see that, that's leading into the mill lane, which goes off under that bridge by the footpath under there, and that's going down to the mill, with the station being up there on the left. Back inside the museum here, we've got some interesting machine tools and steam hammers. These all came from the Bathgate Forge, where they were used to make spades and shovels, and lots of examples of those here. Of course, we've got the Scottish Shale Oil Museum, which has got this mad sort of time machine thing here. It's a time machine. Got the hutch. This is cool because this is actually a steam powered air compressor. It was made by Ali and McClellan at the Sentinel Works. More commonly known, of course, for their steam wagons. I wonder if it works. What's more importantly for the railway enthusiasts here is this locomotive. It's a Baldwin, but it's an electric narrow gauge Baldwin. You can see it's got a trolley pole on it. Just completely open to the elements, no cab or anything. But yeah, built in 1902 by Baldwins. This was for the Oakbank Oil Company, which was near Winchborough. Fascinating. I don't know what the gauge is on that, but obviously it's probably a bit too delicate to put outside on the railway, so it's in here. So that's the end of the video. I've got a Magnum. Pro tip, if you're coming here, in case you want, because I came in and I'm thinking, where's the bike rack? It's actually, you can't see it when you come in. The bike rack is actually hidden around the side of the building here, and I've just found it on my way out. I had it and my bike chained to the downpipe there. So yeah, it would be nice to have some signage or something to make it a bit obvious, but there it is. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.